So we're going to simplify this square root function over here. I wish there was a sweet button on the calculator that I could just share with you to make this process streamlined and super quick and easy. But unfortunately, there's only really one way to go about doing this, and that's going to be to create a prime factorization tree. And so how this process works is we're going to take the number that's underneath our square root, so 224 right now, and we're going to start breaking this down into numbers that multiply together to give us 224. And what we're trying to do is get prime numbers, or numbers that are only divisible by one in themselves, to be the final portions of all of our little limbs here. So when you do this, feel free to use your calculator to just find numbers that work, because any number that you can find that multiply together to equal 224 are going to work in the end, because the process is the same. We're just trying to get the ends of all of these little tree branches here to be prime numbers. Whenever I've got an even number, the easiest number to go into it is always going to be a 2. So I say 2 times 112 is going to give me 224. So the 2 is fine because it's a prime number, but now I need to break down the 112. So again, 112 is even, so I know it's divisible by 2. So I do 2 and then shove that into my calculator, and I would see that that's going to end up giving me 56. Same thing here, 56 is still an even number, so I can keep using 2 times 28. And then from 28, I can again use 2, and I get 14. And then out of there, I end up with 2, and then 7. And now what I can see is that the ends of all of my limbs here are prime numbers now. So what you want to do is you want to grab all of those numbers, and we're going to replace the 224 from our original problem underneath the square root with that. So that original 224 is now going to be rewritten as 2 times 2, so that's the first 2, and then we're going to grab this 2, this 2, this 2, and this 7. So we're going to end up with another times 2, times 2, times 2, times 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s, and a single 7. So we've grabbed all the numbers that when multiplied together equal 224, and we replace 224 underneath the square root. The next move here is to pull out anything we can. And so to pull things out of a square root, really there's this hidden 2 sitting right up there. And so that tells us that if we want to pull anything out from the square root, that we need 2 of them in order to do it. So I've got one pair of 2's right there, which means I get to pull a single 2 out because of that pairing. I've got another pair of 2's right there, so again I get to pull out another single 2 because of that pairing. And then this last 2 and this last 7, they don't have any partners to go with, so we leave 2 times 7 sitting on the inside. And now we just do these quickie little math problems. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then the square root of 2 times 7 is going to give us 14. So our final answer would have been 4 in the first box and 14 in the second box. Not too bad.